Can you tell me about your experience at the Thai refugee camp? How long were you there for?
In refugee camp, they kind of worry free because you don't own anything and you get a ration, like you get a bucket of water per day and you get some basic food and you have no choice and you just do whatever they told you what to do and and then looking for they have some job at the camp so you can work if you capable if you can apply for the job over there. It's not like the job can pay you a lot, it's just the job try to make you moving doing some work in the camp. And yes, Thai soldier put me in jail for 3 days and then one of my friends, they know them and they had to bribe them again in about 1200 baht. It's 20 baht per dollar. $1 equal about 22 baht, and we had to pay them 1200 baht to get out of the jail. And if you had the money to pay them, so they said you live in the camp, but you get out of the camp to visit your family at the border. So you already resident of the camp, but if you don't money to pay them, they're gonna send you back to Cambodia to the border. So I don't have that money at that time, and my friend, their family had the money because I travel with them and they pay for them, and I find to get the money to pay them back later when I have a chance when I get out of prison. So when the deal goes through and my friend family pay the whole family to get out, including myself. So when I get out of the camp, so at that day I get a job right away. They release in the morning. So in the afternoon I walk in the camp, I get a shower and get in the camp, and I go look for a job in the United Nations office. So it was lucky I went to the place they call care organization, that the place that make food for the pregnant women and the children. At that time around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they close already. So I walk around there and I see care, and I don't know exactly what is care organization. And then happened to be the coordinator, I think she lived in San Francisco. She saw me from the inside and she went out. She asked me what I'm looking for, and I told her, I said I just get out of the jail and then I'm looking for a job. And she said, what kind of job you looking for and how you get arrested? I said I crossed the border and then the Thai soldier arrest me, put me in jail in 3 days. So I brought I get up, so they released me in the camp. So right now I had to look for a job I can make some money to pay somebody to help me out. And she said, if you're interested to work here, come to see her tomorrow morning. And I said, okay, thank you. But I don't know what to do with that, but she offered me a job and I feel like, say, okay, thank you. And actually I'm looking for to work with the United Nations office, but at that time I could not make over there. And that night I talked to my friend father and asked him, saying, they offer her the job. They ask us to meet them tomorrow if you're interested. And the next day, and I don't know what to do. I looking for a job again. I say, hey, they ask us to see them over there. When I show up over there, they offer me a job. And I had no time to think about what job, whatever. I just said yes. They offer me an opportunity, and I said yes without thinking. And finally, I get a job over there. And I found out it's the best job in the camp because they have food. they make food for the children, for the women. They feed them at lunchtime. So when I work over there, so I don't have to worry about what kind of food and what do I have. So it kind of it's good. And then I work with them and make it short. And I'm a soccer player. I play soccer for high school in Cambodia, and then they have in the camp, besides work in the morning and you don't have anything to do, so they have some sport event, volleyball, basketball, especially soccer. And at that time, I believe I'm good. I'm a good soccer player. I play for the ministry. I play for the high school. So I kind of become famous by playing soccer, and I create the soccer team for the care organization that I work with. So the coordinator in Bangkok, they like it and they sneak in to buy the uniforms. When you buy something, the uniform bring it to the camp, if the Thai soldier find out, they gonna confiscate it and they hide that uniform and bring it to me so I can create the team with the uniform, stuff like that. And at that time I become popular because I'm a care organization, kind of the strongest team in the camp. In the camp we have about 50,000 people in the camp, like a small city. And then every time I play soccer and people know me, and people, when you play, and then I get all the good player among refugees put in the team. So that care organization or the refugee camp, which is my team, and when we compete with other team from outside of the camp, and we kind of win and kind of give hope for the refugee. At that time, I'm kind of, people look at me, sometimes they don't know me, they say, oh, Mr. Number 9, when I walk in the camp, something like that. It kind of fun. It kind of live in a heaven for a while, in our own heaven, not a heaven,
Yeah.
our own world.
Yeah.
So I lived there for a year, and then I help a lot because people get to know me, so I have a chance to help people because when they know me and I have connection. So I speak some English. So later they moved me to another camp as a interpreter for the US, they call it JVA, Joint Voluntary Agency, that the agency that work with the US government to interview the refugee to come to United States. And I become to be an interpreter for the big guy, that the final case that say, okay, you pass or you fail the interview. So yeah, that moving along, and then finally we get out of the refugee camp, come to, they call it third country.
Do you still see people from the refugee camp today in your community?
Yes, a lot. Yesterday I went up to Signal Hill, take a walk, and see a couple like they walk slowly. When we pass each other the first time, we don't pay attention because we exercise on the hill, and then the second round we come to see again. I look at them, they look at me, and kind of surprised. Wow, something like that. I see a lot in Long Beach, and they still know me. And on April 17, the guy that he met me at the temple, he said, oh, you my idol. And I said to myself, I didn't remember him, I don't know who he is. He said, you my idol. I said, when you say idol, maybe I'm a singer, maybe I'm a movie star, but it's not me. I said, I remember you, my idol, you number 9, Mr. Number 9. And I said, oh, that from the soccer in the refugee camp. Remember? And I said, I'm sorry, I don't remember you. I don't mean like I ignore you. They said, no, because you play soccer, we've watched you, and you don't know who watched you. Stuff like that kind of give me some emotional about that time. I flashback, I look at back. And then I see that picture, and every time I play soccer, like people watch and they cheer for me, they cheer for the refugee team. So I made them happy. I'm kind of feel good looking back, and so I made them have a dream. We don't have a dream at all when we live there.